You talk about smoking cigars after going 7-10 because you win the last game of the season. Jim Irsay told the Colts that they're undefeated in 2025.
Yeah,
because they won that last game of the season. I don't know if you saw that, Peyton. It was awesome. It was really cool. It was really cool to see. It was really cool to see as a season ticket holder. But on that note, you talk about them losing to a very good team in the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, and obviously I'm sure you've had to talk about him numerous times. We've asked you about him on this particular program. He's already a Mount Rushmore guy. He's only 29 years old, obviously trying to accomplish something that's never been done in the modern Super Bowl era, win 3 straight. What do you think it is about him that he's been able to continue this and not get comfortable or content? His contract is nowhere near what some of these dudes are. Never hear a peep. He shows up. He had a kid couple weeks ago, middle of the season, could be exhausted, still shows up.
He can speak about Patrick, about what it is, except him, because it is unique. It is, let's force him out of the middle. You saw some great runs he had against Buffalo. He throws the ball on the run, going to keep bullying you. And I think that's the case until somebody does it.
I love all season. This team isn't that good. This team isn't. They're not that good.
What?
Himself as a bully, though, I feel like we're going to be talking to Coach Sirianni in about an hour, but that's their style of play. It's like a 1990s team. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Peyton, his counterpart, Jalen Hurts, we've seen all the stats about guys going to the Super Bowl and then never making it back. You know, he's obviously done that a couple years after, but for you particularly.
Yeah, I think he'll be way more comfortable. Look, Mahomes, gets his mail sent to the Super Bowl every year because he knows he's going to be there. Hurts, I remember talking to him a couple of years ago about kind of, hey, what's any advice? What's the routine? And he didn't call me for that this year because he knows it. And I think, the more comfortable you are during the week, the better you're going to play. Sirianni, I talked to Nick about it, and he said, "Do you have any thoughts?" I'm like, "Nick, you know what to do." I think they'll kind of put the game plan in this week. Is that they were going to play kind of Sunday, and then next week you go down and review. But look, Jalen is probably one pass interference from a couple years ago from being a Super Bowl. They're going to have to do some things in the passing game, and he certainly can do that.
Yeah, on your point about Saquon, AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Peyton, everyone expects Saquon to go off and have a monster day. I mean, I do, too. Every time you turn on the TV and you watch an Eagles game, the guy is breaking another explosive run. Do you think the Eagles are going to need a huge game out of Saquon to even have a chance to win this thing?
I mean, I think it's easy to say that, but look, Saquon's presence is the factor. The fact is for the Eagles.
Yeah, Jalen threw for 300+ in the last Super Bowl he was in, and then in the NFC Championship, he had some of his best throws of the entire season. Obviously, you're going to need that to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Not going to be able to make any mistakes. How'd you feel about the narrative all year that, you can't win with a great offensive line and a dominant run game anymore in 2025 NFL football? Feels like they're debunking all of that right now.
Yeah, totally. I mean, everybody wants to, establish some trend and just be the first one to say it. I remember when I was playing in the middle of my career, they're like, there's no more place. There isn't a place for the drop back quarterback anymore. I was like, God, I hope that's not true. I really like playing in the NFL. I'm out of a job. Brady's out of a job. Eli's out of a job. And it just wasn't true. Look, there's different ways to do it. And I think the smart coaches are the ones that design plays based around who they have playing. And that's what Andy does. That's what Sirianni does. That's what Sean McVay does. I mean, that's what it's about. So there's a place for everybody. You just got to figure out how it works in that particular system.
Yeah, what's best for your team with that offensive line? And then they bring in Saquon from the Giants. I mean, what a signing. What a historic free agent signing there, I think, Peyton.
No, it was awesome. And, look, obviously, if they win it all, and look, the fact that they're here probably was the right decision not to play him in that last game. I would like to have seen that record broken because it's NFL history, and for all those offensive linemen to have that on their resume that I blocked for the all-time single-season rusher. You can tell Dickerson loves that record and did not want it to be broken, and that would have been cool. But look, if somebody would have gotten hurt in that last game and they're not in the Super Bowl, that was probably the right call. But awesome year by Saquon, and like you said, awesome year by those guys up front.
Okay, so my rookie year was completely undefeated year until the decision was made to lose the last 2 games to Jets and Bills. And obviously I was way too young to have a thought, and I'm a punter, so let's not do it. But I remember there being a lot of upset people in the building that decision was made, because the 72 Dolphins are still popping champagne for being the only undefeated team. Was I reading that situation right? You guys all wanted to go for that, right? Am I wrong in saying that?
Well, look, it was, it's easy to say now it's what we should have done, but look, nobody got hurt. We made it to the Super Bowl. We didn't win, but we got there. Like, I can't remember if it was the year before or that year. Wes Welker had gotten hurt in the last game for the Patriots. I want to say it was against Houston. Yep. I remember that was kind of just on our minds, like, and that kind of affected them, that year or whatnot. So, look, it's all about, you make a decision, as General Patton once said, you make a decision and you do it like hell. And you just go forward, and everybody's going to second guess or whatnot. Like I said, I wanted Saquon to go for it, but had him or Dickerson or Lane gotten hurt in that game, we'd be killing Sirianni.
He would be fired.
How would you do that? That's selfish or whatnot. So look, it was their call. It looks like it was the right call, and here they are, getting ready to go at it in New Orleans. So, good for them.
Super Bowl obviously has great commercials. You're going to be a part of a few of them, it does sound like. One of them has our attention. Bruce Brown has a question for you.
Yeah, Peyton. So, obviously, Eli's kind of had the jump so far in the Pro Bowl games, but how are you feeling about the field goal kicking deal during the Super Bowl? Do you think you can get him there, or what do you think?
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great as far as how I'm feeling. I'm sore, Pat.
Yeah.
I've been practicing. I can't tell you how sore the inner growing. Eli pulled a quad.
Oh, he's going in there injured.
Oh boy.
I think that should be out there on the report. He's recovering, but much respect, because you kick. Of course, you go in there and say, I'm going to kick 15. When you go 0 for 15, you kick 25 more, and you're more sore, and you can't practice for another week. I was going straight on for a while, and Lutz, who's kind of been my consultant, he don't want anybody to know that based on how I kick. If I kick poorly, he's like, don't tell anybody I've been helping you.
Yeah.
But I was kicking straight on with the square toe, and he's like, I got to tell you, Peyton, you don't kick well like that, and you look like a fool. They're going to kill you on social media. So at least now I've gone soccer style. I look better. I'm not saying it's great, but I don't have to be great. I just got to be better than Eli. And that's the key. Okay. So I've been working at it, though. I have been working at it.
How long's the field goal? 20 yards?
25 yards. Make, kick again, miss, go up to the 20. First one to make. I think we have about a 45-second window. So I think it needs to be done quickly. Gronk said there was wind last year for him. I've been kicking indoors at the Broncos. I don't want anybody to see me. So they said I could kick it down here at the Pro Bowl. I'm like, no chance. That means people can watch. I'll wait for my live event in New Orleans on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, 130 million people get to watch it. Yeah, first time I'm seeing it, I want the whole world to watch this. As soon as I heard you were doing it, I sent you the boot, the flat boot, because I do that field goal kick on game day every single weekend. And these people that have never kicked a soccer ball before, they have these